So let's start off with number 1, 24 equals 13z minus 4z plus 6. So I'll open up a clean page for myself. What happened? Okay. So we have 24 equals 13z minus 4z plus 6. So the first thing you always want to do is to try to get all your terms on one side alike. So over here we have 13 and 4z. We want to simplify as much as possible. So we're going to combine like terms here. So that's going to be 13 minus 4, like terms do like things. So 13 minus 4 is 9z plus 6. Minus 6 on both sides, that'll be 18 equals, at here, it's now a two-step problem, so I'm going to move everything away from z. So I'm subtracting 6 on both sides first to cross this out. So I got 18 equals 9z. Now I'm going to divide by 9 on both sides. Z equals 2. You always could check your work by plugging it in back to the original. You should get z equals 2 in that situation also.
Wouldn't it be z equals -2?
Where's the negative coming from?
Because you originally do 2 equals z, and if you flip that around, you have to flip the 2 also.
If you do that though, it would end up being negative z equals -2. So it would cancel out to z equals 2 anyway. If you want to think of it like that. So that's why you could flip the equal sign. If you do it the same both sides, it's the same thing. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm confused.
So let's say I'll just write it like 2z. You're saying I have to subtract 2 on both sides to move it here. But to move z over, I have to subtract z on both sides. So then I'm going to get negative z equals -2. But wait a second, they both have negatives, so I divide -1 on both sides. Z equals 2. Important to know, z equals 2 is the same as 2 equals z, okay? Clear?
Yeah, I got it.
That's number 1. Any questions? Okay, let's go to number 2. Number 2, 7 parentheses h plus 3 close parentheses plus 4 minus 3. Oh, equals -3. Okay. So that's number 2. So I'd like to distribute whole numbers. If it's a fraction, I'll show what to do otherwise. But when I have a whole number, I like to distribute. So I have 7 here. I'm going to distribute to h, and I'm going to distribute to 3. So I have 7h plus 7 times 3, which is 21, plus 4 equals -3. From there, I want to combine like terms. Happens to be 21 and 4. They both have no variable. So I'll see you in a second, Jacob, that's true. 7h plus 25 equals -3. Now I'm here, I'm going to do it like a normal 2-step. Minus 25, minus 25. They cancel out to 25. 7h equals -28. Divided by 7, divided by 7. H equals -4. So I agree with your answer, Jacob. Yeah. Okay. I'll leave that up for like 15 seconds. If anyone has any questions, speak up.
Wait, why is it negative?
This right here was -28 over here.
But why do you go -25? Why can't you just do +3 to both sides?
If you do +3 on both sides, so this is the alternate universe in blue, you got 7h, you did +3 on both sides, so you got +28 equals 0. What would you do next?
Don't you get 7h equals 28?
Oh, how did you get to 28 over here?
No, I'm saying, you see how you have the 7h plus 25 equals -3? Why
Yeah,
can you just, why can't you just do plus 3 to both sides?
okay, so plus 25 equals -3. So I
Yeah.
plus 3 here, Michael, and I plus 3 here. I cross this out. So I got 7h plus 25. What's left on the right side of the equal sign is 0.
Oh, there's no equal. I see.
You see it now?
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to the next one. Anyone still copying? Does it seem like it? Number
Wait, can you-
3. So we have a fraction here. When I have a
Can you go back for 2
fraction
seconds,
in
please?
front of my parentheses, someone say something, I'm sorry?
I said, can you go back for 2 seconds, please?
Real quick. If you want, just take a picture of it so I can move on.
I got it. Thanks.
Okay. So here, when I have a fraction, instead of distributing, because if I distribute, I'm going to get a bunch of fractions. I'm going to have to subtract by fractions. That's usually really annoying. So what I'm going to do is divide both sides by 2/3. But when you divide by a fraction, that's the same thing as multiplying with the reciprocal. I'm sure you learned it as like keep, change, flip. So what I'm going to actually do on both sides is multiply by the reciprocal 3/2. Multiply by the reciprocal 3/2.
Can I just like do 2/3 times 4x and like do it like that instead?
You could do it like that. You're going to be dealing with a lot of fractions. If you're okay with that, that's fine. You will get the same answer.
Wait, how'd you get 3/2? I'm so confused.
You have to keep, change, flip. So you have to flip what you're dividing, which is the reciprocal. So 2/3 becomes 3/2. The reason we do that is because if you multiply 3 on 3 and 2 on 2, it becomes 6/6, which reduces down to 1. And we want to reduce it down to 1. Now on the right side, we have -2. It's a whole number, so I'm going to put it over 1 times 3/2. If you're savvy, you'll notice, hey, I have a 2 on the top, I have a 2 on the bottom. So I can simplify before I multiply. Both of these are 1. I should say the top is at least -1. So I got -1 times 3, that's -3. I got 1 times 1, that's 1. So that reduces down to -3. 1 doesn't equal -3, but that reduces down to -3. So I'm going to rewrite my whole equation. I don't need the parentheses anymore. 4x minus 7 equals -3. Then it's a one-step equation, plus 7, plus 7. The reason I move 7 over is because the x is on the left side and I want to get everything away from that. So I got 4x equals 4, divided by 4, divided by 4, x equals 1. Okay?
So the answer is 1.
Yeah, the answer happens to be 1.
Wait. So what happened with the 6/6? What happened with that?
I'm so
Oh,
confused.
so the 6/6 over here is 1. It reduces down to 1 because 6/6 is the same number top
So you
and
just
bottom.
But
like
why'd you get 6/6?
So first off, why is it good to change it to 1? Well, when I multiply something by 1, it doesn't change. So it's the same thing. I'll do it in blue in the middle. 1 times 4x minus 7. If I were to distribute that, that's exactly the same thing. So I could just write it as 4x minus 7. And then how did I get the 1/1? The original question over here is 2/3. So I have to multiply it by its reciprocal in order to get back to get it to 1. So if it's 2/3, I have to flip it over to 3/2 and multiply both sides. And that's why I also multiplied 3 over 2 here.
And I did that, but when I did it and then I divided it and then I multiplied it by 4, I just got 6. I didn't get 6 over 6 and then change it to 1.
You got to multiply the top and bottom. So 3 times 2 is 6, and then 2 times 3 is 6.
Okay.
So it's 6 over 6. Now, I just want you to keep in mind, because you multiply by the reciprocal, it will always become 1. That's the purpose of multiplying by the reciprocal. So you don't even have to show that part. I'm just showing you as an explanation of why. You don't have to even show that part. You just know, hey, I'm multiplying reciprocal, I can just cross it out. Any more questions?
Could you have another problem like this? So, like, could we try it on our own?
Sure. Let's do number 4 on your own. Send me the private answer. Send it privately so now everyone can see. Number 4, which is, let me zoom in. -6 equals 3 over 4, parentheses, y plus 2. Okay? And I know some of you already chatted me the answer. Let me give me a second so I could actually get the answer myself. Okay, I got the answer. So you guys try that. Remember, you want to multiply by the reciprocal. So you want to multiply it by 4 over 3. 4 over 3. Yael, Noah, good job. Sheva, your number is too big and I'm trying to figure out why. Did you reduce properly the fraction of Sheva? Maybe there's something wrong there. Sherry, no. Shariel, no. That's not correct. I want you to keep trying, even if I say you didn't get it correct. I just want to make sure you try yourselves. And then I'll go over it then. Don't sweat it. Tara, you got it. Good job. Jacob, no. Did you distribute the thing? Maybe that's why. You're going to get a weird number like that? Actually, no, you didn't because of that number. Make sure you multiply the reciprocal correctly. Gabby, good. Kira, you forgot something really small. Jacob, also, you forgot something really small. Kira, not, yeah, there you go. Good job, Kira. Jacob, there you go. Yeah, that's the little thing I was talking about. Nah, it's not that. I'll show you in a sec. I'll show you in like a minute and a half, okay? I just want people to get it done. Check how you did the reciprocal, okay, Rachel? Brielle, good job. You got it. Good, Shariel. Now you got it. Good job. Yarnin, did you forget to divide by 3 somewhere? Yarnin, I think you might have forgot to divide by 3 or say reduce something. Sheva, now you got it. Craig, you got it. Good job. Michael, you're off. Make sure you're subtracting 2 on both sides. Remember, it starts off as a -6. I'm trying to think what you might have messed up on. So check those things, okay, Michael? Sheva, you got it. Craig, you got it. I think I already said that. Yarin, when you do the reciprocal, don't forget the 3 on the bottom. Yeah, you did do it and mistakenly. You didn't change the reciprocal. It's 4 over 3, not 3 over 4. I think that would cause your issue. Did you try to distribute? If you try to distribute, that's probably going to cause that kind of error. Michael, no. Now, are you combining negatives correctly, Michael? Rachel, no. I'm not sure what you did for that one.
Are we supposed to do the next problem?
You guys can start the next problem. I'm going to start talking about this problem, though, number 5, all right? So if you didn't get this answer, you guys start the next problem if you want. But if you didn't get this answer, pay attention.
Mr. Tobo, what's the next problem?
Yeah, start the next problem if you got the answer.
Wait,
If
where
you
is
didn't get the
it?
answer, pay attention. So first thing I'm gonna do is multiply both
Wait,
sides
Mr.
by
Tobo.
4. Yes,
Where's the next problem? I don't see it.
it's on Google Classroom. It's the sheet
Oh,
there.
okay.
It'll be number 5. Then 4/3. So we're gonna multiply both things. Here, they get canceled out nicely. Just know they get canceled out. That'll make your life a lot easier. Here on the left, though, we got 4/3 times -6/1. If you're savvy, you can notice, hey, 3 and 6 have common denominators. So I'm going to reduce this by 1, and I'm going to reduce this by 2, so that's a -2. 4 times -2 is -8/1. -8/1 is just a whole number, -8. Michael, I think you might have forgot to subtract the 2 on both sides. Don't forget that. That's going to give me a bigger negative. -8 minus 2 is going to give me a bigger negative, -10.
I see why I got it wrong. But wait, I don't understand. I got -6 equals y plus 2.
-6 equals y plus 2.
But you never
Um,
did y plus 2 times the 4/3, that whole thing.
If you do it that way, you risk of getting it wrong. I'm telling you, it's easier to do the reciprocal.
I know that, but like you didn't do the reciprocal times like the 2.
I don't have to because this 3/4 over here cancel out the 4/3. That's the reason why I'm doing it. I want them to cancel out first. I don't want to distribute it.
Okay.
'Cause
You
Mr.
could technically do this with whole numbers also, but usually with whole numbers, it's just easier to distribute.
I got -6 equals y plus 2.
Okay, so 4/3, Michael, times -6/1. You get -24/3.
I don't know. I try to make it lower and then I messed up like that. After, okay, I see now. I get it.
So just next time, don't lower it at the beginning, lower it at the end. So you got 4 times -6, which is -24, and then 3 times 1 is 3. 3 goes into 24 8 times, okay? So just lower it at the end, Michael. You don't have to lower it right away. Okay, a lot of you guys were doing number 5. I'm going to talk about it quickly now, okay? I'm going to the next page. Number 5 is 6 minus 11x equals 7x minus 12. In this situation, I have x's on both sides. I have variables on both sides. So my always recommended move is to move the smallest variable. I have a -11x and a positive 7x. Remember, -11x is smaller. So I'm going to move that over. Now, it's very important to note, even if you move 7x over and you do all the work properly, you're still going to get the same answer as me. But I always recommend moving to smaller. It helps avoid more negatives when you do it like that. So I'm going to do plus 11x on both sides. So I get 6 equals 7 plus 11, 18x minus 12. Good, Craig. Plus 12 on both sides. That's going to be 18 equals 18x. Divided by 18 on both sides. 18 divided by 18 is going to be 1. So 1 equals x. Good, Jacob, also. All right. So that's your basics of the variables on both sides.
But didn't you say it's a smaller variable, like the 7x?
True, but what's the other one? Negative 11x. So that's negative, so that has to be smaller. Okay? Even if you move 7x over, you still will get the right answer at the end. The only issue is at the end part, when you divide, you're probably going to have to divide by a negative. And I know even for me, when I was a freshman, negatives trick me up. I want to avoid that for you guys. So I always recommend moving to smaller x. All right. We're going to the next one. Number 6. 2y plus 5 equals 3, 4y minus 5. Okay? Because it's a whole number, I recommend distributing over it, doing the reciprocal thing. So 2y plus 5 equals 12x, I'm sorry, 12y, my fault. They have to be the same variable. You won't be able to solve it if they were different variables. 12y minus 15. Sheva, I believe that's the right answer. Let me finish it. Move the smaller y from 2y and 12y, 2y smaller. Subtract 2y on both sides. 5 equals 10y minus 15. Sheva, you're right. Jacob, you're right. Plus 15 on both sides. 20 equals 10y. Divided by 10, divided by 10. Y equals 2. I did that pretty quickly, so if you have any questions, don't be afraid to ask. So these problems are here are just doing the same type of thing. So I recommend doing 7, 8, and 9. I'm going to skip to 10, and I'm going to randomly choose from 7, 8, and 9 what your exit ticket is. But I'm going to skip to 10 because I want to get over the word problem there, okay? But 7, 8, and 9 are more of this type of problem. With your variables both sides, sometimes you distribute. Okay, I'm going to question number 10. All right, number 10, I'm going to read it out loud as you read it silently. The measure of the 3 sides of a triangle can be represented with this algebraic expression. One of them is x, one of them is 3x minus 1, and one of them is 4x plus 2. The perimeter of the triangle, P equals 81. So the perimeter is 81 inches. What's the lengths of the sides of the triangle? So what are the lengths of the side of the triangle? Well, here is the perimeter. The perimeter of the shape. I don't remember if you do, I don't know if you guys do shapes, but the perimeter of the shape is all the sides added up. So it's this red side plus this green side plus this blue side makes the perimeter. So how I write this is the red side, which happens to be x, plus the green side, which happens to be 3x minus 1, plus the blue side, which is 4x plus 2. You don't need all these colors, by the way. I'm just using colors to help analyze where we're getting it from. But you need to know that because the perimeter is add up all the pieces, you know all these pieces should add up to the perimeter, 81. So the key part here is that this is the equation you need to use to find x. So now I'm going to solve it. I'm going to combine like terms. I have a 1x, a 3x, and a 4x. So 1 plus 3 plus 4, I have 8x in total. I have a negative 1 and a positive 2. Negative 1 plus 2 is plus 1 equals 81. I'm going to subtract 1 on both sides because now it's a two-step problem. So 8x equals 80. And then I'm going to divide 8 on both sides. So then I have x equals 10. Now x equals 10 is good to have, but the question is not what is x. The question in the word problem is what is each side. So what I'm going to have to do is take that x, and I see you guys got the x's. What you're going to do is take that x and plug it in for each one. And I'm just going to color code it so it's a little easier for us to follow. So here is just x. So the red side is just 10. This is 10 inches. In green, we're going to plug it into the equation for x. 3 times 10 minus 1. 3 times 10 is 30 minus 1. This is 29. So this side over here is 29, not drawn to scale. Craig, does all the sides need to be equal? No, we never said anything about being an equilateral triangle, which means that all the sides are equal. And we actually could know for a fact they're not equal because the expressions are different between the three.
Yeah, I was confused at first.
Exactly. And then we're going to plug it into the blue one over here, which is 4x plus 2. So the x becomes a 10. We're plugging in x for 10. Plus 2. 4 times 10 is 40. Plus 2, 42. So this side is 42. So my three sides are 10, 29, and 42. And if you add those numbers together, you would get 81, which was my perimeter from the beginning. Okay, so that was a word problem. Anyone any questions on that word problem?
I have a question for number 7.
Go ahead.
Either I did it wrong or doesn't it, like, when you cancel it out, it's like 12x and 12x, so there's like no x. Would it be
Oh, we talked about this, I think, the day
Like-
before.
36 equals and then the slash across at 24?
Good. So what do we call that type of solution?
Forgot.
Go ahead.
A non-real number or something?
No, it's called no solution, basically.
Not a solution.
Yeah, no real solutions or no solutions. It's fine. We only deal with real numbers so far. So I'm going to distribute this 12 over here. 12x plus 3 times 12 is 36 equals 24x. No, I'm sorry. That x is over here. So 24 plus 12x. Now I'm going to move the smallest x, 12x, 12x. They happen to be the same size. If you notice your x's are the same size, you know something's going to go wrong. Or interesting, maybe. I shouldn't say wrong. So now I look. 36, that is not equal to 24. So because it's not equal to 24, this is a no solution. In a mystical world where, let's say it was equal, let's say it was 36 equals 36. If it is equal, you should remember it's all solutions. And I should technically say all real solutions and no real solutions. Okay? So technically it's all real solutions, no real solutions. There might be an imaginary solution. You don't have to know that though. So what you're gonna privately message me for your exit ticket / attendance is number 8. Number 9, if you wanna do it, that's fine. The answer's on the second page of the posted PDF. And you wanna check that later, that's okay. And I see some of you guys already had it ready, so that's good. Let me get the answer myself. But here's the question for number 8.
Wait, is that is that a 9 or a 4?
That is a 4. So this is your question. And this is number 8. Good. And I see And let me just do it real quick for myself. 5 plus negative 4x plus 12. Oh, minus 12. That's why. Okay. Then that should be. All right. All right. So I got it. Let's see. Gabby, send in your exit ticket and I'll let you go. So Jacob, you got it. Noah, remember, it's
Have a good day.
you too. It's the top divided by the bottom. I think you flipped it at the end. Check it. It should be the top divided by the bottom. Rachel, no, that's not the answer. Yarnin, the X's are not the same, so you know it has to be an actual number. It's not going to be no solutions in this one for number 8.
Oh wait, you want us to do each one separately and see if we get the same thing? Because I did it like you do and then combine the whole thing because I got like a decimal.
Is mine
The
right?
answer is a decimal. I'll tell you
Oh,
that.
all right.
Is mine right?
And who's mine?
Sherelle's.
Oh, you had it earlier than me. Both Sheva and Sherelle, you both got it. Good job.
What do you think you buy?
No problem. Yael, no, you didn't get it. Tara, no, I don't know what happened to that decimal. It's kind of crazy. Gabby, no, that's not the answer. Michael, you got it free. You're free to go. Kira, no. Yarnin, yes, go ahead.
Thank you.
No problem. Gillet, no. As I wait for answers. No, Craig, no, Brielle. Well, as I wait for answers, let me distribute these things for you guys. I got 10x minus 5. I'm sure some of you are forgetting to distribute to the number. This is a negative 4. So when you distribute a negative 4, it should be negative 4x. Negative 4 times positive 3, negative 12. That could be a possible mistake you're making. Tara, you got it. Free to go. Rachel, no.
I did that also.
Okay. Yael, you got it. You're free to go, Yael. All right. So then we're going to do plus 4x on both sides because the 4x is negative 4x is smaller. Craig, you got it. 14x. I imagine that was a lot of people's.
Thank you.
Equals negative 12. Noah, you got it. Kira, nope. Another possible mistake everyone's making, when you do plus 5 and plus 5, this is negative 12 plus 5. So it's negative 12 plus 5. It's going to become a smaller negative. So it's negative 7. Gabby, oh, yeah, that's the right answer. There you go, Gabby. Okay. Then we divide 14 on both sides, 14 on both sides. X should equal negative 7 over 14. But wait a second, I can reduce that fraction to negative 1 over 2. If you don't know how to reduce the fraction, you could always use a calculator also. You should get negative 0.5. So if you haven't sent me the answer yet, you should get negative 0.5. Please send it to me before you go, okay? So I can just mark you off as attendance. Rachel, I got you. Do you feel better about this after today?
No, I'm like so confused about a lot of it.
What are you confused about? Kira and Brielle? Remember, it's negative 5 though, Brielle. And Galit, you guys are good.
For 3, I like didn't understand it.
Mm-hmm.
And then, cause like I